Hello my fellow diamond friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm the host of today. My name is Kalikaloo on the internet, and I also go by the name of Kali. I'm happy to see you back again for today's WIP and SIP and chat. So if you don't know what this stands for, WIP is for work in progress. So I'm actually working now on this beautiful lady here for the POC month. I'm going to come back to this topic a little later. So if you have a project you are working on, it doesn't have to be diamond painting, it can be diamond painting, it can be coloring. Just take it out and work with me on your project. The SIP stands for sipping, like I'm a big tea drinker, like you may know by now already. And to stay hydrated while you work, I always say just get some drink, some beverage you like, and drink it in the meantime while you're working on your project. So we have the WIP, we have the SIP, and we have a chat. And the chat stands for me talking to you and telling you a little bit more about my life, what I've been done, what I've been up to, sorry lately, and maybe some other project, something that's going on in my life. So I'm gonna zoom in right now and I'm gonna start working on this project. And in the meantime, you can get your work you are working on. See you right now. Okay, I'm ready. I hope you are ready and you picked up your work you want to work on. I'm currently working on this lady, like I said. It's from a store on Amazon. I bought this one. It's like you see a 30 by 40 centimeters, not very big, pretty much snack size. I'm gonna link it down below. It was a 2 package, so it came with another picture. I'm gonna show it to you right now, so you can see it here. And both of the pictures are actually round rolls, so you can do them quite easily. And you have the background, which is really color blocking. And here's the second one. You don't see it right now. You can't see it very clearly, but I'm gonna show you the picture here. It's also a POC. Ooh, how can I do it with the color? Yeah, you can see it here maybe. So it's this beautiful lady here with her beautiful hair. How can I do it like this? You see? Okay. So anyway, they came in 2-pack on Amazon. I'm gonna link it down below if you like the picture. I think she looks stunning, and the colors, I checked out the colors of her skin. They all look very natural as well, and I like how they will turn out. Today I'm gonna work on her face, and I'm gonna finish this part of her hair and of the little, I don't know if it's a bandana, but something she wears in her hair. I'm also gonna use this here. I know it does not fit with the colors of the picture, but my new pen has not arrived yet. This one is from Recordame on Amazon as well. I'm not sure if the color is still in stock, you can see, but they restock quite frequently, so you should be able to get it eventually if you like it. And I'm also gonna work with the light pad. This is this one, and this one I bought in Action. So yeah, if you have the store, go check it out. Like I said, they have very, very pretty things for not very expensive. They're not quite expensive, so it's very budget friendly as well. So let's get into it. And I'm gonna continue with her hair and also with the color of her bandana. I'm just gonna put on here the light because we have currently a tempest alert here in my region. So it's very stormy outside. We have a lot of wind, we have a lot of, what do you call it? Rain. So it's not very great to go outside, but sometimes you can just diamond paint. I love this weather for diamond painting or just doing something crafty because it's the perfect excuse to stay indoor and do some indoor activity. So I'm gonna just do it. I hope you are going to see. I'm gonna check quickly here. Yeah, I think you will. So I started working on this project yesterday. It finally arrived yesterday. And it's a project I wanted to do for the POC month. I don't know if you saw it, but Miss Crochet and Coffee on her channel, she's decided to start this event because we have the month of purple people of color and especially of Black history. So that we have this idea that we get more knowledge about what happened and that we finally accept and share also this knowledge and awareness, especially about this month, the people, their history. I think that's very, very important, and it's a way also to work and do something against racism that's still very present, unfortunately, in our society. I think this falls super this month, February, because we have the Black History Month, like I said, but it's also the beginning of Chinese New Year. So actually I'm doing both. I'm currently working on this project here, but I'm also working on my Alice, this Asian version of Alice down the rabbit hole where she's tumbling down and where she has this rabbit in her arms. I'm gonna put maybe a picture in here if I'm able to. Yeah, so tell me, please, how has your week been? What are you working on? Are you also working on a project for the POC? Or is this just something you are interested in, you just learned about it, and maybe you still have the time to join? I think Miss Crochet said that it was until the end of the month. So you can still join, you can grab a pretty picture, maybe you have one in stock and you can get it. I really liked the idea of it because it's something new. And what I found great is that there are shops now that also participate in this movement or like movement event more. If you take, for example, DIY Mood Shop, I saw that they gave percentage of their canvases with people of color in them. Like there was, for example, this beautiful canvas now that was released with this woman of color, and she has like these wings. I think it was an angel, and I think this painting is so beautiful. I hesitated to order it. In the end, I haven't done it yet. Maybe I will. We will see. Anyway, I think these look super stunning, and maybe you should check it out because DIY Moonshop, they don't always do sales, so maybe it's the moment to do so and to go grab some nice pictures from them. So if you're not working on a POC or partaking in this event, what are you working on, guys? Please let me know down in the comments. Usually I only work on one project, but I wanted to start the Alice just to see how it turns out and if the drills are good quality because I ordered it from AliExpress and I was really surprised by the quality. It's really good. And then this one came in, and this one was the one I actually wanted to start in February, but it got a little delayed. So I had free time on my hands and I did want to start diamond painting again, so I just started with the other one. And when this one finally came in yesterday, I got super excited and I opened it up and I just started working on it. And I think she looks stunning. I mean, she looks so beautiful. I love how she's dressed. I love the big earrings you see here, the loops. I'm not sure if you can see it actually, but I really like what she's looking like, and the culture is amazing as well. I want to learn more about it. When I was at university, we had some classes, especially because I went to Brussels and Belgium had colonies earlier in the Congo. And so we had years where we had like literature from the Republic of Congo, and they also sent over some people from there, from the university back there, and they held classes. And I found that this was super interesting, because not only did we get to read books they wrote and learn more about colonization and the view actually not only Europeans had of it, which I find is mostly the case, unfortunately, in history. We often see just one point of view, while there are many different ones. Like, we often forget, it's like what they say, you often only see the point of the victors, like the one who actually win a battle. And I know colonization is not really a battle, but it had great consequences for people as well. And often we just see one side of the medal, and we forget that there are two sides of the medal, and you can't just shut up people. I think it's very important that we also get to see the point of view of those who were colonized, and that we learn more about what they went through. And I think this is very important. So I was glad when we had these classes. Not everyone liked it, because their literature is very different from ours, but I think we can learn a lot from it. And I found it super interesting. Of course, it were texts that were still written in French, because I can't understand, there are so many different African languages and I just can't understand them. And since I was studying French, we had to read the books they wrote in French, but it was very interesting, I thought, just to get an insight of the life, the conditions of life, the style of life they live there. And I want to learn more about it. So if you have read a book, or if there's a documentary you would just suggest me to read, because I also love to read, please let me know and put it down below as well. I like to read a lot about so many different subjects, mainly science fiction if I can, but sometimes also like biographies and stuff. So just let me know if you have a book that's interesting and that shows a little bit more about the life and not just the Congo. I mean, oops, there's a drill that went away. Well, I get it later. So please let me know if there's something you have to share. I'm interested in taking it, and I'm also interested in reading it, so please let me know. I'm currently also reading a book that's called, it's like a fantasy book, I'm sorry. It's called Legendborn. It has been released a few years ago, or 1 year at least. I ordered it on my Kindle when it was on sale, and it's about a girl who comes from a black family as well, and she's her mom passed away, and she passed away on a day when they actually had a fight, so she feels really bad. And she goes to a preschool, like a pre-college school, with her best friend, and she discovers some mysterious things that are going on there. It's a little bit about fantasy, but I was shocked to see actually, well, it's reality, I guess, but there's some characters in that book that are really racist, and they have prejudice just because of the way she's looking, because of her beautiful hair. And I mean, this is a book, this is fictive, but it's still reality. And that's what I find is really shocking nowadays, because actually, I don't know, I grew up with the idea that everyone is the same and everyone has the same rights, and I still think that not everyone actually has learned this lesson. So I think that right now, currently, I'm at the holiday, so not really holiday. I have to work from home next week, and the week afterwards I'm actually free, so that's a real holiday. But I think when school starts again, I would love to do a theme about it at school, like to read an extract with my students, some story, some book, something that tells them a bit more about what's going on and what has happened in the past. I think this is really important too. Not just to follow the program you have to do that's imposed by the government, but also to show them what life is really like, and just share this awareness and maybe change the point of view of some. I mean, you can't always change the point of view of everyone for the better, but maybe you can reach out and have an influence at least some people. So yeah, that's what I want to do once school comes back in, and I will start preparing this next week. Today I still have one copy to correct because we had exam period just before that, which brings me to another topic I wanted to talk to you about, and that's just how stressful my last week was, because actually, like I said, I work in school, high school. I have 6 classes, and they are from 12 to, I would say, 21 years old, the kids. And the situation was like, we had exam period, and exam period is really stressful because like I have these 6 classes who mainly have write their exams at the same time, more or less, in the last 2 weeks before the end of school. And we have work in semester this year, so the year is split into halves, usually work in trimester, so we have 3 parts of the year. But so it really is now the end of the first semester, so the last exams were written, and the students had also a lot to learn, and it was really stressful for them as well, but also for us to correct it in time, to get ready and to put down the notes in the computer, so that we can just end the year. And the problem was that, like in many countries, we currently have we still have the pandemic, and Omicron is really present also here and in school. And so many students were absent for the date of the exam, and that's okay. I mean, it's not their fault if they get corona or if someone is test positive in their family. But the thing is that every time a student is not there, teachers, if they do their job correctly, should do another class paper, because a different version of it, because you can't give them the same one. You can't just correct with the other ones the class paper and give the other one that has to rewrite it the same. So they would already know the solutions and everything. So that's not what you can do or should do. So I actually had to do some exams 2 to 3 times because there were still people who were absent, and there are still kids like those who are not vaccinated in our country. If there is one case in their class, they can decide to stay home because it's not safe. And so there is one class in particular where I have that case. Like there was always some case. One teacher was positive, or one student of this class was tested positive. So I've not seen this one kid in particular, since December, like the holidays of December. I haven't seen him for like 5 to 6 weeks, and he still has not written his class papers, but I can't see him, so I can't tell him come back. And that's quite annoying, because there are of course students who are afraid of it, but sometimes I don't know what it is for this kid. I'm not gonna say he wants to stay home, but I think it's easily possible to just use the system right now and to stay home. And it gives us a really hard time as teachers as well, because we just have to do everything like 3 times. Like also when kids are gone, when they have tested positive, they come back. Well, they didn't do anything mostly at home. There are some exceptions, of course, but mainly they come back and they have not seen anything. They were sick or they just stay at home. And so we have to explain everything 3 times and start over again. And it takes so much time. You can't even imagine how much time and effort it costs, and patience, of course. Yeah, so these last few weeks were very, very stressful for me. I'm glad that it's done now. I just have one copy to correct of a kid that was tested positive last week when we did the class paper. He luckily did it on the last day of school, so I still can put down a note for this semester for him. So I'm glad about that. Yeah, so what I wish for is actually that everyone stays healthy and stays safe, because it's still a period that's really, really weird. And I get it if you don't feel safe, because there's so much going on in the world right now, and it's not the best place, I think, personally. Yeah. What's going on? What can I tell you otherwise? So I do actually have plans for my holidays. I want to do the second week. I want to work a little on my house. Like in the basement, I have it's not really a bathroom. It's more like a toilet with a sink. And I want to put my washing machine there in the same room. So since it's the basement, it's not really that pretty, but I want to make it prettier. So I want to redo the walls, paint them, maybe put some mosaic on them if it's possible. And I also want to redo the floor, put some false wood down there. I know it's the basement, it might sound a little bit, I don't know. But that's really something I want to do. I like to do crafty things, and I like to do works in my house myself if it's possible. I would never do some electricity or stuff like that, because I think that's really complicated and too risky if you don't have any knowledge about it. I'm very lucky because my grandpa, he actually built 2 houses nearly himself. So he has great knowledge, and he's still around to show me how it works, what I have to do. And since he's living very close to me, I can always ask him for help. That's amazing too. He's too old to do it by himself, but he can still give me advices. So that's great. And I really love him for that. He's a very, very, very nice grandpa. So I'm happy to have him around. Yeah. Anyway, that's the plan for the second week, but the second week will also be Valentine's Day. And I was hoping to get away for a few days with my boyfriend. We wanted to go to some spa and also to some animal park if it's possible. It's not like a zoo. They have actually deers and stuff like that. Sorry for the noise, that's my tea machine telling me that the water is not hot anymore. And I have to drink fast now. And yeah, that's that. So I want to do a little trip as well, if it's possible. We still have to see, because of the restrictions that are out there, if we can go, where we can go exactly, if it's safe. So it's not yet decided, but I will see this in the week that follows. If you hear some snoring as well, please know that Edgar is lying next to me, and that he's a little snorer, so he snores a lot when he's sleeping. Please don't mind him, just ignore the noise. Okay, I'm just checking out if the video is still turning. Everything is fine. Maybe I will put this, I'm not sure actually. I have a little problem because my my what do you call it? My phone actually doesn't have that much storage left. So I'm not sure if I can finish this with you, or if I'm able to do a video that's longer than an hour. I'm not sure about that. I haven't tried it yet. The storage capacity is not that huge. I have to update and get a bigger cloud, I guess. But since I started and I did not really know if my channel would do good or not, I have not yet decided anything on that. So we will see if it's worth it or not. But I enjoy doing videos, even if like there aren't that many people who watch my videos, or even if there's no one who will watch it, I still like doing it because I don't know, it helps me and I get to talk a little bit while I work, and maybe even if there's just one person who's watching my videos, I'm thankful that you are there, and I hope I can bring you some joy while you're working on your own project. Yeah, while I'm working on this project, how do I proceed? Usually I just pick the colors. If I have a lot of not graffiti, what I'm saying, if I have a lot of confetti around in the picture, I just pick the colors that's striking me first, like here the threes, or like just colors that stand out a lot. This helps me not to miss any, and it also helps me to get a structure in the picture. And that's just how I work. I know everyone has their own ways of working on pictures, but that's just what I like to do. Please also let me know, because I just saw many people who start working from down up or up down. What type of diamond painter are you? Do you work from the bottom to the top, or do you work the other way around? Like this time I worked from top to bottom, but the last two times I started down and I just went up my way. I still have not figured out what's better for myself, what I prefer. I think this way, because I have Edgar, it's easier not to get that many hairs from him on the canvas. But yeah, I have not decided yet what I prefer. I think top to bottom is easier. I don't know, for myself. This is again a preference, but let me know how you work on your projects. Okay. What can I talk to you about more? So yesterday evening, I finally went out again. I have not been out in such a long time because of Corona, and also because of the virus. My mom, who's going to do her trip next week, and I have to see her quite regularly, so I didn't want to compromise the trip by getting the virus and infecting her. So right now I have not been going out a lot, but yesterday I finally decided it's okay, I will go out with my friends. They invited me to a restaurant. We went to eat Chinese food, and it was a wok restaurant in Luxembourg City. I didn't have that much appetite, so I just took something from their menu, but most of them had the buffet volonté, so you can eat as much as you want, and it was good. There were many people actually, and at some point I just did not feel like I was ready to be around that many people anymore. So I don't know if it's due to the situation, but it felt weird that there were so many people that close, and I was happy to be able to go home after 2 hours, because I felt it was too much. And like I said, I'm more of an introvert in real life, so I don't mind being on my own. I can spend a lot of time with just myself, and I don't mind. And I don't know if the pandemic has worsened that, or if it has always been like that and I have not noticed. But it also depends a lot on people. Like there are, for example, some people I don't mind seeing. That's my family or my boyfriend or my best friend. I don't mind seeing these people. But on other occasions, like with some friends, if they invite me to do something, sometimes I just don't want to, and I say straight out, no, I'm sorry, no. But sometimes always at that moment when they ask me out, I'm like, yeah, sure, let's make a plan, let's do that. And when the day comes, finally, to do what we decided to do, I just don't feel like it. Like all of the energy, all of the motivation to do it is suddenly gone. And I already had that as a kid, but it was not as severe as it's right now. So often I just find myself in situations where I'm like, oh no, I don't feel like it today. Should I cancel it? Can I cancel it? Isn't it too rude? But most of the time, if it's person or people I really, really like, I force myself just to do it and to go there like we said we would, and I just do it. And that's what I did yesterday. And in the end, I really, really enjoyed it. I had a great time and I was happy to see them again because I hadn't seen most of them in quite a long time. But I still feel like often that I don't know. I'm not that happy. If I can stay home, I prefer staying home. And what's the weird thing is that if we had done it the moment that person had asked me to do it, I'm sure I would have loved doing it and going there. But when they leave time between it, like if it does not happen the same day, I feel like the energy is gone and the motivation is gone. And yeah, I have to work on that because I think it's a social problem I have. I don't mind seeing people in general because like I have to see every day when I go to work, I see a ton of different people. But it's hard for me once that's done to see again other people and just to meet people again. I think that's hard for me and I don't know why. Because I don't mind being alone? I don't know. So I have to figure that out, and that's something I want to work on in 2022 especially. Yeah, like I said, but it's not with everyone, and that's what's weird. Like with some people I'd never have that. If they could ask me at any time, any moment, and I would be up for it. But usually like family, boyfriend, these are things we do spontaneously, so we do it actually the same day. So I don't know if that's linked as well to the problem. I'm not sure. Anyway, maybe I'm not the only one, I don't know. Maybe it's just me and I'm just weird, also possibility, but it's something I wanted to talk about because yeah, yesterday I felt like that too at some point. But finally I forced myself to go there and it turned out pretty well. So yeah, I don't know if it's due to the pandemic, if that has worsened it or not, I can't tell. But yeah, just wanted to talk to you about that. Since I don't know how long this video will take, I will finish this black color, finish your eyes, and then I will take a short break and just see. Oops, I think I have missed some black. Do I have any other plans for this week or the following week? I'm not really sure. Like I said, I want to work on this house. First week I have still like these schooly things to do where we evaluated students, where we have to put down the notes, where we have like every teacher's meeting up and we will just discuss the different cases and see what we will put down on their documents they will receive for this half of school year, the end notes. And so there I will be busy with that. And of course the time is not that great because like you see we have a lot of rain and it's very windy outside. So I guess I will have the time to do a lot more diamond painting as well. I'm happy about that, of course, because that's something I really enjoy doing. And later on, I'm not sure what I will do. Maybe I'll go just do this trip. We will be able to do it. Not sure about that. When we are going to do the trip, I'll probably just drop off Edgar at my mom's place because Edgar, he has problem with his legs, so he can't move a lot. Well, he can't walk a lot. It's more like that. He can move, he can jump, he can run, but he cannot work for a long time. So if I take him with me, I will have to put him in some kind of baggie, or I'll have to just, I don't know, I have to ask my boyfriend to just take him up in the arm and work with him. But he's heavy as well. He's like 10 kilos. You can do that for some time, but you can't do that for hours. So it's easier if I give him to my mother and she takes good care of him. And he won't miss me. Well, he will miss me, of course, but we have done this a few times already and it's always okay. When I come home, he's super happy to see me again, and then everything goes back to normal. So I think it's best for him because like this he does not suffer, he does not have to walk that much, and yeah, he can rest a little bit more. And my mom is also happy to have him back there because usually he's also at her place when I'm at work, and after that I get him, and like this she will have him also for the night, and Edgar can stay at her place, which is great too because her garden is a little bit bigger, and so he enjoys being there. He has this very favorite place in the garden, and he always loves when he's there, so he can run around a little bit. The neighbors also have a dog. He can see that dog, and they're not really friends, but like they talk to each other, if you can call that talking. But yeah, so he will enjoy it. Currently I also have my turtles. My turtles are still sleeping. I'm not gonna wake them up right now. I still wait for the weather to be a little bit better and to get a little bit warmer, especially during the nights, and then I will probably wake them up at the end of February, starting March. I will see, just because like right now they are in their sort of hibernation. That means that they are not asleep, like they shut down a lot of their energy. Everything becomes slower. They just stay in one place, and that's what they do for the rest of the day. But they are not hibernating in the sense of sleeping and not waking up. So I don't know how to describe it, but it's different from polar bears, for example, I guess. I have 3 turtles and they are currently in a box. I don't want to put them in my refrigerator because I don't trust that system, and where I got them from, they were used to be outside during the winter and just to hide underneath the soil, but I don't dare doing this. So currently they're in a special box I created for them, and they are living there right now, so that's fine too. They are doing great. I check on them daily, and I also take them. Right now they are sleeping on top. They are not like under the ground, so I can see them. I can see that they don't move much, and I also can see that they don't lose too much of their weight, their initial weight. So I also have to measure them and stuff, but I do that usually once a month. They won't wake up from that. I just take them out, I put them on the balance, I compare the numbers, and I check that everything is okay, and then I will put them back in the box and everything is great. So the turtles are doing great as well. I don't know if you have any animals. Please let me know. Apart from my dog, I also wanted a chinchilla, but I always think that it's very difficult to find someone to take care of your animals if you want to travel. And I love to travel, so I just told myself, no, 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 no. You already have Edgar, you have turtles, you don't need another zoo. So I don't want to create a zoo. I will just keep Edgar, I will keep my turtles, and I'll be fine. Sometimes I tell myself, what about a little hamster? Because when I was a kid, I always grew up with a hamster, and hamsters, they don't take much place, much space. They are very easy to take care of. You just have to feed them. They are active at night, so when I'm at work, there's no problem there either. But again, when I have to leave, or if I want to leave and go for travel a bit around the world, it's hard. Like, I have to give them to my mom again or someone. I know it's easier to give a little cage like the hamster cage to someone than a chinchilla cage, but yeah, it's still, you have to find someone. So I'm hesitating about getting one or not. I would have the time for them, and I love taking care of them. I'm not afraid of them. Like, all of them we had, they were very docile, and they liked also to come play. I could put them in my hand, they would not bite me. And I think it also has to do like with how you are, how you treat them. If they are babies, if you take them out, so they know it. It's like with kids and baby animals, you have to touch them. If you have a dog and you never touch it when it's a puppy, it will be afraid later. If you don't touch its ears, if you don't touch its tail, it won't like it later. So that's the work you have to do when it's a kid. And I think it's like this with many animals. You have to put them in your hand when they are small. The hamsters, not baby, like not when they are born right away. But if you get them, and when the people at the shop tell you it's okay, you can have them, they are not too small to get them, you can just take them. First they leave them a little bit calm, because they are in a new they have a new home, they are not used to it, so you let it discover it, and later you can take it out and just take it in your hand. Don't be afraid, it won't bite. And if they are baby, they don't bite that hard. I mean, it's okay. You should not be afraid of hamsters. They are quite cute, I think. So I feel like I've been rambling about too long right now, and I don't know really what to tell you anymore, so I will stop this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a great time. I hope you got a little bit of your own work done, and I will see you in another video. Until then, stay healthy, stay hydrated. Bye.